Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Moxxie Coaching Podcast. My name is Michelle, and I'll be your host as we explore what coaching is and how it can help you create your best life. If you're anything like me, it's important to you to give back in some way. Maybe it's volunteering in the soup kitchen. Maybe it's donating $1 million to environmental research. It doesn't really matter. I started coaching and podcasting because I'm just one person who can only do so much alone. And I realized that through coaching and through podcasting, I could help and support those of you who want to do good works and exponentially increase the amount of good that I'm able to do. So if this sounds like you, please be sure to like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Be well. Hey everybody, Michelle from Moxxie here. Thank you for joining me for this week's, I don't even know what we're calling this, tarot forecast, tarot horoscope for the collective and for us as individuals coming up for the week of July 19 through July 25. And I'm recording this in my cozy spot in front of my window on Friday, July 15th. And this week is boat week here in Port Huron. And we have people coming in from all over the world who are doing the sailboat race from here up to Mackinac Island. And it is a crazy week here. We have helicopters all over. There's all kinds of noise and loudspeakers and whatnot. So if you hear any of that craziness in the background, bear with me. But it's just too nice to... If you listened to this week's episode on fear, you may be feeling a little bit bummed out right now. Even though you very likely resonate with a lot of what was said in that episode, it was kind of a tough one. So I thought that to give us a little bit of a positive reminder, we would focus the reading this week for the collective and for us as individuals on 3 cards that can help us boost the collective and our individual energy this week. Sort of like a positive energy amplifier. So where can we look? Where is the energy that we can tap into that can help us work through, some of this fear and anxiety and these things that everybody has been dealing with for the past quite a long time, but things do seem to be ramping up. So what we came up with were actually some really cool cards. The first card was the Empress, second card is the Ten of Cups, and the third card is the Knight of Swords. So these are the 3 cards that are here to help us keep our energy higher this week, to help us operate at a higher frequency than the places of fear and the places of anxiety, and help us remember how to stay in that space. Okay, so what we have with the Empress is this card of abundance and this card of mothering energy and fertility and growth. And there goes my alarm. Sorry about that. Alexa was talking to me. All right, so with this card, there is this energy of abundance and fertility and plenty and a nurturing. So to translate that into support for us, I think that one's pretty simple. A reminder to nurture yourself, nurture those around you, a reminder to recognize the, what do I want to call it? Recognize the abundance in your life. Recognize the abundance in places that you don't normally think about abundance. So, family members, friends, things that feed your soul, things that you just absolutely love to do that don't have anything to do with what's going on in the world right now. They're things that make you feel filled up and in a place where your energy is a contribution as opposed to a draw on the collective. That is paired with the 10 of Cups. And anyone who doesn't even read the tarot, looking at this 10 of Cups card, is going to tell you, yes, that is awesome. I love this particular deck. I'm using the Crow deck by MJ Cullinane. And this card is just so beautiful. It's rainbow, of course, with the cups. And it's a crow family, and there's all this nature, and it's just gives off this vibe of security and contentedness. Of, again, not anything to do with the physical world, right? This card is all about the feeling of familial love and abundance and security and plenty. And again, a reminder to us that looking to the simple things, looking around us, noticing or where around us we see this 10 of Cups energy. So, for example, I have neighbors on either side of me that have children, and they range probably from about, oh my gosh, maybe a year to 7 or 8. And these families do not have a lot, and things are potentially a little bit tight for them sometimes. And yet, when I look at these families and I listen to these people interacting, and I listen to the joy in the children's voices. We have one of them has a trampoline, and there was a little girl out there the other day, nice and safe in her trampoline. You know, she's all in her net, so she's fine. And she is, I want to say she's about 3. And she is bouncing up and down. And with every bounce, there is part of a song. And it's coming from the depths of her soul. And she is belting it out. And she is not in the least concerned with the fact that I can hear her or anybody else can hear her. She's just living in this moment of, well, blissful ignorance, I guess, in a way, right? Just this purity. And, you know, her mom sometimes comes out and she'll sit and she'll watch, and, you know, they do the family thing. And it's just, my kids are gone. So it's just really cool to see this and to see that there is abundance all around us, even when we are not feeling like life is particularly abundant. So a reminder to us. And the last card is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is the guy you want, let's see, what do you want him to do? You want him to fix stuff. He is brave, intelligent, thoughtful, action oriented, and ready to help us figure out what it is we need to do. So while these other two cards are really more focused on ways of being, or suggested ways of being, or reminders of things that are important, this card is more of a card suggesting some action and reminding us that there is still so much that we can be doing. And, of all of the cards in the deck, if I were looking for someone to rescue me for some reason, and I'm not talking damsel in distress and all that crap, I'm just talking in general. If I was a big burly dude and I was in quicksand, of all the people in the tarot, I would still want the Knight of Swords to be the one to come help me. And that's because he is quick, he is quick thinking, he is bright, he is motivated. He's like the Knight of Swords. I'm sorry, he's like the Knight of Wands, but he thinks before he acts. So this card is saying yes, enjoy, recognize, notice the abundance in your life. Look for energetic, look for energetic ways to lift yourself up and to lift others up, because energy is free and vibes are free, and the way we behave toward one another is free. So nurture someone, accept nurturing from someone else, pay attention to the little, simple, joyful things in life, and be ready to step in should someone need something. Be ready to embody this Knight of Swords energy that is both bold and thoughtful, and figure out where that energy might apply to you this week. Is it something, it could be pretty much anything. Is it you have decided that you're going to, I don't know, you're going to join this cause or that cause, and you put a lot of thought into it. You made a conscious decision. Perhaps you have been like a lot of us who have been hanging around feeling, shell-shocked in a lot of ways. And as this feeling of being in shell shock becomes the norm, we're able, I think, a little bit more to cope with that and to start looking at what some of the solutions might be. So this card very well could be saying, yes, enjoy all of these other things, we talked about in the other two cards, and be aware that there are things you can do, things that you can do in ways that you can be that will be a contribution. And this card is saying, think about what it is you want to do. Think about what you want to be, how you want to be this week, how you want to contribute this week. Now that we can, hopefully, like I said, things are getting, this is normalized a little bit. So even though it sucks, I think it gives us a little bit more space to think about things in a truly thoughtful way, and not in a reactionary way, in a problem-solving way. And so this card, this Knight of Swords, is here just to remind us of that, and to say, okay, time to start thinking about it. What is your passion right now? What is it that you feel needs to be done to help yourself or to help someone else, to help the collective? And what is it that you're going to do? Start thinking about it, and start looking at it, at where you can make some positive change of your own. So, this week, I think that is a very lovely reading, and I'm hoping that all of you can, along with me, work to remember the beautiful things in our lives and the abundance in our lives, even if it is an abundance of cat fur, which means that you have so many cats that you are very well loved. It does not have to be big stuff. Remind yourself of the small things. Remind yourself of the small joys in life. And as you begin to get a little bit more clear, as you begin to toughen your skin up a little bit, like so many of us are having to do to operate right now, then it's going to be time to start thinking about what you want to do, what direction you want to go, and how you want to, or what you want to put out there moving forward this week that's going to be a positive contribution. All right, everyone, have a beautiful week. I truly wish you the best, and lots of love. Stay out of trouble. Go smell flowers. Be kind to everyone, and have a good week. Bye-bye. Not be sitting next to an open window today.